Liverpool have done it. The Reds are heading to Wembley after a ruthless 4-0 demolition of Tottenham at Anfield, securing a 4-1 aggregate win to book their place in the Carabao Cup final. Let's break it all down.
Quite some occasion. Let's hear from the Tottenham point of view tonight. Ange Postecoglou with Gabriel Clark.
Ange, a tough night. How do you sum it up?
Yeah, tough night. Credit to Liverpool. They were way too good for us tonight. Never really got the grips with the game, both with and without the ball. Just allowed them to get control pretty early, and that made it difficult for us to get back in the game.
But is the frustration and the nature of the first goal the way you conceded it?
Oh, look, I think both the goals, the first two, we could have done better with, but ultimately that's not what's really important. What's really important is we never really sort of play to our identity and our strengths today. We just sort of shied away from the challenge a little bit.
It would have been different though if Richarlison had stayed fit. You would have had maybe that focal point more.
Look, again, I don't think it's one specific reason. I think overall we didn't start the game well. We were way too passive and allowed Liverpool to get into a rhythm, and when they do that, especially here at home, they're hard to stop. 2
cups to play for still though. What do you need to take from this run to go even further in those competitions?
Well, we've got no choice. Like you said, we've still got competitions to play for starting Sunday, and we've got to make sure that with all these opportunities we do have still, that we sort of tackle them our way rather than sort of trying to find different ways of winning games.
Thank you, Ange.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Cheers, Gabriel.
How big a challenge to pick himself up in the team ahead of Aston Villa this weekend in the Cup, Les?
Yeah, it'll be disappointed. I mean, you're disappointed 6,000 fans turned up today to support the team, and they didn't right until the end, until Song had a shot. They didn't have a shot on target. So and he hit the crossbar. So there's a disappointment there, and as he said, he did.
Well done, the holders. You're back to Wembley. Sound good?
Sounds very good. Really looking forward to it. It was always going to be difficult today.
Gakpo in the best form of his career right now.
He's doing very well, and I'm proud of him. We need him in the best shape of his life, so hopefully he can even become better. And he's doing so well, like the other boys as well. So big credit to him and the rest of the boys.
And Conor Bradley was the highlight tonight, maybe the way he took the ball and created the final goal.
Yeah, listen, everyone has to contribute in scoring goals, and I think the way we scored the goals today, I think it was important. It was nice. We go back to Wembley, where we face a very intense Newcastle. So when the time is there, we prepare well, and we're looking forward to it.
And whatever happens, you get to go back to Wembley with this Liverpool team for another final.
Yeah, and I'll lead the boys in the best possible way. I'm always proud to be leading out the boys, but these occasions obviously are special, and we're looking forward to it. And when the time is there, we will be ready. Like I said, it will be a difficult game, but any game that we play at the moment is difficult, so we have to keep going, and let's see what it brings.
Well done.
Thank you.
Tonight you needed to get the job done, but that was beyond a comeback. You were relentless.
Yeah, I think the stadium helped a lot. We knew we had to come back from the 1-0 behind. So we went out there and just tried to create as much chances as possible, and then with the quality we have, we know we're gonna get big chances and hopefully score. So that happened, and very good performance I think from the whole team, and great win.
You talk about the stadium, you could just feel it went up more than a notch tonight. Knockout.
Yeah, no, they were fantastic like always, but they helped us a lot today, and it gives us extra energy every time, again and again, and we are very happy with this club, with these fans.
Very happy with the season as well. I spoke to you right at the start of the season, and you were talking about how you wanted, as a team, as a club, to win everything this season. You're already in one final. How achievable is the rest?
Yeah, we are on the right track, but it's we have to take it game by game, step by step. So today, good job done. So we are in one final, but we have a lot to play for still, and we have to stay calm and focused to reach as much as possible.
I know that, but everything just seems to be falling into place for you.
Yeah, we are in a good flow at the moment, but we have to keep going. So you know how football goes. It's about consistency, and we have to keep the momentum.
I know what you can see what's coming next, and it's been a while since we did this. We did it a lot last season because you won it a lot last season.
No, I didn't win it. I always gave it away.
You always gave it away between.
The truth is, any team playing against Liverpool at the moment is finding it very difficult. And you were both saying, Les and Robbie, that Liverpool were as impressive without the ball tonight as they were with it and going forward. It was so noticeable, was it, how they pressed and they harassed Tottenham whenever Tottenham had it?
I think tonight he was relentless, really. I think they've put in performances like that, this season. But I think tonight there was the energy and the drive, the commitment from the team from the first minute to the last was incredible. Even when the game was won, I thought they were incredible tonight.
Yeah, Tottenham with their best 11 would have found it difficult here tonight, the way Liverpool pressed, the way they went after Tottenham with and without the ball. I thought every time Tottenham got the ball, they closed them down. Whenever they had the ball, they picked the right pass every time. Tottenham for me started slow, and I think when you start slow, very, very difficult to take the tempo up. You start quick, and if you lose a little bit of tempo because you get tired, you've still done the work. But Tottenham started slow and couldn't get into the game after.
Nevertheless, Tottenham was still in it at half-time because it was level on aggregate, but the penalty at the start of the second half really made it so difficult for them. How many times tonight, Rob, we've seen, look at the touch of Salah, look at the touch and the weight, look at the touch.
Well, it's a touch, but also what we said about Tottenham giving the ball away and playing into Liverpool's hands, but the touch from Salah, the turn, and then obviously having to drive the ball. I think it was a penalty. There was a little bit of debate whether the keeper got the ball, but it was a penalty. And what about the finish for a penalty? I mean, it was emphatic, wasn't it?
I think as a centre forward, they just get a touch on that, and the goalkeeper has to take you over. But then look at this. That's just.
He's not actually infallible from the spot, funny enough. He's missed 8 out of 49, which is more than you would think. But that is as good as it gets, isn't it?
I mean, look, he's incredible player. I mean, his stats, his numbers. We spoke before about not having any goal involvements in the first leg. I think he's made up for it tonight, hasn't he?
Absolutely. And again, as you say with the penalty, Rob, you both think, and Nunes, as long as I get there first to get a touch, the keeper's going to bring me down here.
Exactly. He gets there first. It takes a little touch past the keeper, and you know what? Yeah. It's going to happen. He's going to go down. He's going to not go down in terms of he's looking for looking for the penalty, but he's going to go down just because his momentum's going to go. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's have a look at the third goal as well. Then, and Conor Bradley's part in it again. The way, Les, that he smells the opportunity, doesn't it? And the timing and the gain, the pass.
Brilliant. All through the game, he went around the outside. This time he goes through the middle and takes a tremendous. Look at this run. Tremendous touch. First time. And this is where Liverpool were exceptional today. Their first and second touches were, always got them into a position where they were going to attack Tottenham, and Tottenham couldn't get near them.
I'd maybe query the not the tactical obviously formation, obviously, and maybe added in the second half there, but McAllister was allowed to run for 20-30 yards before anyone got near him. And you can't be doing, especially games like this, you can't be allowing players to run 20-30 yards.
But McAllister, Jota, Elliott, Diaz coming off the bench, vis-a-vis what Tottenham could bring off the bench because of their injuries. I mean, fair play to Liverpool for having got a squad together in the way they have, at the cost they have as well, is mightily impressive.
It was brilliant. We were saying during the game, actually, you're looking at the Liverpool bench, you're looking at the Tottenham bench, and there's so many changes, so many permutations you can make with the Liverpool bench. The Tottenham bench was struggling to sort of come on and change games.
Yeah, it's difficult. You look at the injuries that Tottenham have got. But like I said, even with their best 11 tonight, I think Liverpool playing the way they played today, the tempo was too slow and they just couldn't
Solanke was the biggest miss of the lot, wasn't he? Because there was no one to knit it together to hold it up for Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham had to play a certain way. They was always going to play that way tonight, and they didn't have an out ball, and that was the biggest thing in the first half. The ball just, every time they tried to go forward, it just kept, Liverpool closed them down so well that the ball just kept coming back. They never got a respite.
We're going to use the Q word now, aren't we, Robbie? Quadruple. And I know we had this conversation exactly at this stage last year, but they are hot favourites for pretty much everything. Not quite for the FA Cup, that's just a bit of an oddity. But they're the best team in Europe at the moment, aren't they?
I think outstanding, they really are. I know it will get mentioned, it will get brought up, and quite rightly, because they are the form team. They are, unbelievable on every element of every game they're playing. They look good, they're defending well, they're attacking well, they're scoring goals. And it'll take a team to stop them. It really will.
Absolutely, it will. Liverpool.
And 4-1 on aggregate, and it kind of felt, really, didn't it, like it was never in doubt?
It was never in doubt before the game. It was Tottenham. When did Tottenham ever win a big game? When did Tottenham ever go somewhere and surprise you and, you know, win against the odds? You know, the odds were massively in favour of Liverpool. They're at home at Anfield. They're the best team in the country, possibly the best team in Europe right now. But it's not just this Spurs team. It's just they never shock you. They never do something out of the ordinary. I'm trying to think the last big game they won. And I'd probably have to go back to that Ajax game in the semi-final of the Champions League. And I was in the stadium that night. And I don't want to take nothing away from Tottenham. They're very lucky. They got battered for most of the game. And a bit of a freak. I think they got 2 goals in the last minute. But whenever they go into a big game as a football club, no one ever believes they're going to win. And that's not me as a Liverpool fan. Those Tottenham fans there tonight, not one of them will have believed that they'd have gone home and they'd have gone to Wembley. They just won't.
Isn't it strange that Liverpool put 4 past them? Liverpool are in the final, and there is no doubt amongst the group here that Tottenham are the story.
Yeah, I think because we just expected a bit more from them tonight. I just cannot get my head around not having one shot on target in a semi-final. You know, I know the one half chance when Son manufactures something, great step over and then hits the bar, but even then you just felt the game had gone for them. And I just think when you set the, you know, you come into a semi-final, and I know it's always difficult, you're 1-0 up and you come to Anfield, and we all talk about the pressures and the noise and everything that goes around it. But I just felt first half they're trying to play it from the back, the goalkeeper's edgy, in midfield they never showed any courage to get on the ball and make things happen. They were so abject. And it wasn't the inexperienced players, it was the experienced ones that I was looking at thinking, well, go on then, lead the team. Son's your captain, show something, show some character, get on the ball. Kulusevski, nothing. And I think it's too easy to say, well, yes, they have had injuries. They've absolutely, you know, Van der Ven. I say less about Romero because I think I watch him enough and he can give away a lot of goals when I watch him. But Van der Ven is obviously a big miss. But there's still enough players there to cause Liverpool some problems. I've seen squads beating Tottenham lately. I look at Ipswich. Do you think Ruud van Nistelrooy would have loved to have had that Tottenham squad beforehand, but they still get beaten by Ipswich? Crystal Palace beat them. There's so many different games. I know you did the Everton game not long ago, Jamie. Everyone seems to find a way of beating this Tottenham side. And I think the manager right now, he baffles me with his tactics sometimes. I think he's completely lost in what he's trying to do. He said, this is what I do. You have to adapt, you have to change. And if you haven't got the personnel that you want, then you have to make sure that your tactics are different. You look at what Newcastle did yesterday. Eddie Howe showed a way of beating an Arsenal side by going man-to-man, being aggressive. Newcastle will not give the respect that what Tottenham gave them today. And I know Newcastle are a better side, but they're more aggressive and they'll get on the front foot. Tottenham showed them miles too much respect today.
Do you think that's... Listen, we've all been critical of the manager and me going back to the 6-3 game. When I look at those 3 midfield players today, I thought they were a disgrace. Those Tottenham midfield players. No matter who your manager is, you're playing the semi-final. We're talking about them getting on the ball, but we all come into this game, and if you're a Tottenham man, you know, first 15 minutes, half an hour, Liverpool are going to be on the goal, going to put you under pressure. But get after them, be aggressive. Forget the ball the first half an hour. Be aggressive, you know. Even if you're camped in your own half, it was still so easy for Liverpool to get to the edge of the box and just
I think this is where they're at the moment. I've seen them.
What does that mean where they are? I'm just not
how bad they are, how poor they are. I saw them against Everton. They got blown away 3 in the first half. Played Leicester last week, and you're thinking Leicester turn up to the Tottenham Stadium. Surely they can't win. They hadn't won in 7, lost 7 on the bounce, and they come and do. Spurs have got this performance in them, and that's why I came here and I said for Spurs to go through, they had to play to their level. And Liverpool had to have an off night. And it couldn't be any worse. It went the other way. Liverpool absolutely hounded them all over the park.
But pre-match,
were far superior to
pre-match, we're all saying, actually, that looks like quite a physical Tottenham team there. You know, they brought Danso in, that midfield 3. We're all saying it looks like a physical team, but it wasn't a physical team.
Well, I think he picked that team thinking, OK, we're not going to come here for how we've criticised Ange Postecoglou. Let's not forget, we've called him naive at times, putting, you know, full-backs into midfield, leaving themselves open. That looked like a team that was picked before the game that was actually saying, you know what, we're going to try and make it difficult for Liverpool. We're going to go with powerful players, no number 10s, just 3 proper central midfield players. So this, in terms of actually getting on the ball, yes, they lost the ball for the first goal, but I thought that was a team to try and stop Liverpool and nullify Liverpool. And I think, well, OK, that's what most teams would probably do, come into Anfield with a 1-0 lead. But those 3 midfield players didn't even put a challenge in.
So easy to play against them. So easy.
Oh, shocking.
But bearing in mind, when we were at Newcastle last night, one of the things...
Liverpool turn on the style at Anfield. Arne Slot's men came into this second leg trailing 1-0 after Lucas Burgill's goal in the first leg. But at Anfield, there was no stopping the Reds. Spurs gifted Liverpool an opener when Yves Bissouma lost possession, allowing Mohamed Salah to slip Cody Gakpo through for the first goal. From there, it was all Liverpool. Salah doubled their lead from the penalty spot, Dominik Szoboszlai made it 3 with a composed finish, and Virgil van Dijk powered home a header to wrap up a dominant performance. Liverpool overturned their deficit in style and will now face Newcastle in the final on March 16th. Tottenham's no-show at Anfield. Ange Postecoglou's side had no response. Despite having a 1-0 advantage from the first leg, Spurs were completely outplayed. They failed to register a single shot on target throughout the 90 minutes and barely threatened Liverpool's goal. Postecoglou had promised silverware in his second season, but after this performance, that dream feels a long way off. Liverpool chasing history at Wembley. With this win, Liverpool are now just one victory away from lifting a record-extending 11th Carabao Cup trophy. Standing in their way, a Newcastle side that crushed Arsenal 4-0 over 2 legs in their own semi-final. It's set to be a thrilling final at Wembley, with both teams desperate to lift silverware. Final thoughts: who do you think will lift the Carabao Cup, Liverpool or Newcastle? And where do Spurs go from here after this disappointing exit? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SportLab for more football analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.